Hey everybody, it's Nick from Android Headlines, and this is our review of the HTC U11. The complete rebranding of HTC in 2017 seems to be complete with the U11, the company's true 2017 flagship product. While the recently released U Ultra was an interesting experiment in new design, the U11 takes that design and turns it up several notches, adding in important components that were missing from the U Ultra. Let's cover what's good about this phone first. The best camera on any smartphone, amazing audio quality, and squeezable sides. The new all-glass back is a huge departure from the all-metal unibody designs that HTC founded so many years ago and represents a bit of a bittersweet change. On the bright side, it looks insanely pretty, with a gorgeous blue color on our review unit that gives off a nice purple hue at certain angles, and the all-glass construction means it's IP67 water and dust resistant, something that HTC's metal phones were not. It's also over a millimeter thinner than last year's design, something that could be attributed to the removal of the 3.5mm audio jack this year. There's only a single USB Type-C port on the phone, but thankfully HTC ships a 3.5mm adapter with this phone, as well as a clear plastic case to try to keep it from breaking the first time you drop it. It's a nice build, but the bezels certainly make it feel a bit old, if nothing else. The most unique point of the design has to be the squeezable edges, something we've never seen on a phone before. HTC has rounded the edges of the glass and added in some capacitive sensors that can detect how hard you squeeze the sides, giving new ways to quickly launch apps and perform common tasks. There's only two real inputs here though, a short squeeze and a long squeeze, while additional options are present in supported apps, like launching Google Assistant for voice typing when you've got the keyboard open, as well as taking a picture when the camera app is open. The pressure level can be customized too, meaning you can choose to just squeeze lightly for launching an app, or press harder as to prevent accidental launching. It sounds gimmicky at first, but over time it becomes yet another invaluable way to quickly perform tasks on a phone, and most importantly, one that's easy to remember and perform too. HTC has also kept the stereo speakers from previous flagship phones, although the configuration here is identical to last year's HTC 10. One speaker is found in the earpiece above the screen, while the second speaker is located next to the USB port on the bottom of the phone. While this configuration doesn't quite offer the experience you'll get from Sony's recently released Xperia XZ Premium, or HTC's previous generation phones with front-facing stereo speakers, it's a significant jump up from most other smartphones on the market. The trend for flagships to move away from stereo speakers has been irritating to say the least, and it's nice to see HTC sticking to this and not bowing to peer pressure. Irritatingly enough though, they removed that 3.5mm audio jack, as we said before, something that's a clear bow to peer pressure and feels less necessary since the phone isn't really ultra thin by industry standards. The included U-Sonic USB Type-C headphones are friggin' awesome though, and are easily the best pack-in headphones ever, with great audio range, deep bass, and active noise cancelling via the noise profiles made on the phone. aptX is also supported for high-quality Bluetooth streaming, but there's no Bluetooth 5.0 here, meaning the shorter range of Bluetooth 4.2 has to be kept in mind. True to the acclaim from DxOMark and HTC's marketing crew, the HTC U11 has the best camera on the market, bar none. Now, I don't say this lightly, and if you've watched any of our reviews or camera comparisons, you'll know how good Google's Pixel camera is, but HTC has upped the game with its Ultra Pixel 3 camera on the U11, and that's starts with a new generation of sensor on board. Sporting a new dual-pixel phase detection autofocus technology, as can be found on Samsung's Galaxy S7 and S8 family of phones, the U11 refocuses in milliseconds instead of those longer fractions of a second as it takes other phones. On top of this, HTC is utilizing the same 1.4 micron sized pixels as Samsung, and the same 12 megapixel count. So what makes this better than Samsung's cameras? Software. HTC's software isn't as feature-rich or as well designed as Samsung's by any means, but it gets the basics right, and that's the most important part at the end of the day. HTC's processing is simply unmatched in the industry now, and even Google's incredible HDR Plus gets outshined by what HTC has put together here on the U11. Shots are taken instantly with no additional processing, and yet still result in images that are crisper, cleaner, and better lit than anything else on the market. Zooming in reveals loads of detail, something not necessarily expected on a 12 megapixel sensor, sensor, and even the darkest scenes are illuminated properly with more light than the human eye can see. Some of these shots absolutely blew me away after taking them. They simply don't look like they're from a phone, and they certainly don't look like they were processed instantly either. There's no nasty processing to muddle up the details, and no longer shutter speeds to make things blurry when moving. While it doesn't have the predictive abilities or the super slow motion of Sony's latest flagship, it features great regular slow motion with 3D audio recording that really puts you in the thick of things and makes situations feel more realistic than watching them back, especially when played back on a surround sound system. Optical image stabilization keeps even 4K video smooth, and HTC's Zoe video editing engine is here again as well. Even the selfie camera is fantastic, creating sharp, vibrant pictures even in low light, making you and your surroundings look their best. It's an experience that's lightning fast and still delivers better results than anything else out there. If there's one single reason to buy the U11, it's the camera. HTC has crafted one incredible phone and even more incredible camera than that. While it doesn't have the eye-popping AMOLED display of Samsung's latest beauty or the features of some other phones, HTC's U11 gets all the basics right and excels at more than just a few things. They're also selling this for slightly less than some other flagships out there, coming in at $650 in pounds or 750 euros. You can get it at Sprint in the US as well if you'd rather have a carrier model, which our review unit so happens to be. We hope you enjoyed that review and will subscribe to us for regularly updated content. Chat with us on your favorite social media site, and don't forget to check out AndroidHeadlines.com for 24/7 tech news coverage. Thanks for watching, and until next time.